Today we have a bit of drama on Guild Wars 2, as a player that was banned 2 years ago for duplicating items for their own profit might have been unbanned, maybe by mistake. Let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content on this, and let's get into it. So, what happened? As you can see here, we have the leaderboard of every infusion in the game, and we also have the leaderboard of how much gold exists in the game. This is usually, pretty consistent, but a week ago, we got a random person who came in with 7 million gold. Instead of the second was 2 million gold. And then, you can see that it's very consistent. 2 million gold, 2 million gold, 1 million gold, 1 million gold. Pretty, normal amount of gold, very consistent in between each player. But then, randomly, one person with 7 million gold appeared. That doesn't seem right. And, of course, this person also has an insane amount of infusions. As you can see here, and number one is the same person. As they have 32,000 hours. Same thing as right here. And they have 143 Queen Bee infusions, 90 Aurelium infusions. Well, I guess that one is a bit more consistent because the Queen Bee, they have 143 to 12 on the second highest in the game, right? Very big difference. Same here for Canur. They have 79 Canur infusions. The second person with the most Canur infusions in the game has 6. Then Jormag infusion, you can see here 18 to 8. That seems reasonable. And then at the end, make this a bit. There we go. You have the Chak Gerant, the Chak infusion for 183, and then the second person with the most in the game has 31. So a very big difference here. And this all led to people thinking that the player who has this is indeed Cassiano, who was banned 2 years ago. And you can actually go check this video from Sam Ajeste. Let me just and there we go. There we go. The video, this Guild Wars 2 player got banned for doing 34 million gold. You can go check this video. It explains the whole situation very thoroughly. It's a very, very good video. I'll put it in the link in the description. But overall, what happened was that this guy was, duplicating gold. And how did people figure this out? Essentially, it was that, first, he, for some reason, had the great idea to put his own account in Guild Wars 2 efficiency, just like here right now. And he had like, I don't know, I think it was like 70 million gold. And people were like, that doesn't seem right. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't know how you're doing this. It seems insanely. This doesn't seem possible, right? Or real. And eventually, he essentially streamed himself with an insane amount of infusions in his account, and essentially revealed that he was essentially duping these infusions, and that's how he actually had that many, right? So, yeah, I mean, it seems very reasonable to think that he might be, the culprit here, that he essentially got unbanned, as whenever an arena banned him back then, he didn't get banned permanently, he got banned indefinitely, which essentially means that it was a, arbitrary amount of time. I'm guessing that they probably meant that it was going to be permanent, and they just put indefinitely until they knew what they were going to do with it, and they probably just forgot, and maybe now it just got unbanned randomly. I'm guessing that's the only explanation here, if that is actually the case. As also, we have a bit of more evidence as to why we think that that is indeed him, because if you go to the old Guild Wars 2 forums for his own account, Cassiano2705, if you press on it, look at this. It changes to Alejandro 2093, so he's changed his name. I don't think you can change your name inside of the game if you're banned. That doesn't really seem right. And as you can see here, he actually logged in Wednesday at 12:38 p.m. So very interesting here. And of course, it's an old account. And yeah, it just everything kind of points towards the fact that this guy is back. I think, as I said before, that this is probably a mistake. I don't think Arinet really wants this guy in. A lot of the things that he was doing were obviously against us, essentially in some ways. Well, I guess you couldn't say hacking, but at least exploiting, to get more infusions that you should have. And of course, as well, probably, and this, I guess I don't think I have any evidence of this, but I think it's pretty widely known that this guy was RMTing, essentially selling in real, in-game gold for real money in order to profit himself. One of the reasons why maybe he was doing this in the first place. I also have this little bit of a trivia, I guess you could say, about this guy back in the day, that he really liked the Canur infusion, and that is the reason why Canur was kind of that expensive, because he was actually trading other people for an insane amount of gold and different infusions in order to make it seem like the Canur infusion was worth it more than it actually was, as apparently the Canur infusion has the same drop rate as the Czech or something like that. Therefore, it should be worth the same, but it was like, I don't know, 10 times more expensive back then, just because of this guy, trying to make it, he has a lot of Canurs, and, these are just so good. Oh my god, guys. But it is essentially only a rumor, so I think it's a very interesting, though, that is, a bit of like Guild Wars 2 history that you could know. That being said, I think, honestly, most likely what's going to happen is that he's going to get banned as soon as ArenaNet knows about this. I think some people have talked to ArenaNet. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. And but it seems it's very interesting that this player can actually just randomly come back by just probably a support mistake. Although, like, yeah, the fact if he actually got unbanned, because I don't even know, like, I don't even know. I don't know what any reason Arena would have to actually unban this guy. It just doesn't seem likely at all. And of course, this being the case and him being unbanned, it definitely affects the economy, as he probably has a lot of items. He could actually just crash the infusion market by just putting this in the trading post if he actually has the chance. So I hope that Arena does indeed, work swiftly on this. I'm actually being told right now, and this is a little bit of a rumor, I guess, that Arena is indeed aware of this, and that everything should be fine. This is only rumors. I can't really, say how I got this information, or if I can't really confirm it either. But I mean, I think it makes sense. I don't think Arena really want this to happen, and I'm guessing that it is true, and he's he will be he'll probably get banned again, if I were to guess. It's kind of a very funny meme that this whole thing happened in, like, what, the span of 3 days. But hey, sometimes mistakes happen, and I'm just glad that mistakes, when they happen, they get fixed. And it gives me, same thing with CRCM's bugs getting fixed on release in order to preserve the integrity of the race to world's first. I think it makes me think that ArenaNet does care about Guild Wars 2, and it makes me want to invest more time on it. But there you go. That's the video. That's essentially the situation. If I missed anything, if I had anything wrong, please leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Get in twitch.tv/with us to get my drops. Well, not my drops, the Twitch drops for Guild Wars 2, and of course to hang out with me and talk about random stuff. Cheers, I love you all. Bye bye.